Hi everybody, and welcome to stage 5 of the Santos Tour Down Under, which will be the decisive stage of this year's race. Before we look into the contenders for this stage, let's have a look at what happened on the opening 4 stages. On stage 1, Sam Welsford confirmed his favourite role with a perfect lead-out by Van Poppel. Note that Matthew Brennan and Teutenberg were riding the fastest sprint. Brennan came from really far and missed the victory by a hair. Unfortunately, Van Baarle at Visma Leasebike broke his collarbone on the very first stage of the 2025 road cycling season, and on course, Narvaez confirmed his GC intentions by sprinting for the bonus seconds at the intermediate sprint. On stage 2, Welsford took another dominant sprint victory, once more piloted to perfection by Danny Van Poppel. On the way, Zimmerman and Conrad shared the bonification seconds, both expressing their intention. For stage 3, these were the riders with the best legs, with Javier Romo launching an attack over the top of the final climb, which he made stick in a 5-kilometer solo, taking the stage win ahead of Narvaez, who just won the sprint of the group of favourites. On stage 4, it was Brian Coquard's time to raise his arms, taking his second ever UCI World Tour win, ahead of Bauhaus and Narvaez, who once more showed himself very eager, more so for the bonus points than for the actual stage win. Which brings us to stage 5, featuring Willunga Hill twice in the finale, with the final ascent being decisive for the GC of this year's Tour Down Under. Willunga Hill is a classic at the Tour Down Under. It climbs at an average gradient of roughly 7% over 3.5k, starting off at 8.5%, dropping to 7% at the halfway mark, to gradually flatten out to 5% in the final kilometer. So if you want to make your mark here, you better smash it early on. Note that in most cases there's none or only a handful of seconds between the winner of this stage and second place. Here's a quick look at the top 10 of the 2020 and 2024 edition stages, ending atop Willunga Hill, with 3 to 6 riders remaining within 5 seconds of each other. Looking at the editions where this stage featured since the Tour Down Under joined the World Tour circuit, we've seen the following winners: Ventoso, Valverde, Simon Gerrans, 6 times Richie Porte, Matthew Holmes, and only ahead of Williams and Narvaez on last year's edition. Other notable names who came close here include Esteban Chavez, Ulissi, Daryl Impey, Wout Poels, Armirai, Storer and Dylan Van Baarle. This all tells me it's clearly advantage to the climby punchy guys. Here's the riders within half a minute on GC going into stage 5. If the logic gets respected, we'll get to see 3 to 5 riders within 5 seconds of each other. There's a maximum of 6 bonus seconds to earn on the 2 intermediate sprints and 10 seconds on the line. So on paper, all those at roughly 15 seconds of Romo here are still in striking distance, with Narvaez obviously having the best shot to overthrow Romo for GC. Betting odds were not yet available at the time of recording, yet here's the riders to watch for the stage in my book. Le Cerf at Soudal Quickstep, even though he didn't make the cut on stage 3. Sheffield at the Grenadiers and Thomas Gloak at Visma Leasebike. At Team UAE, Jay Vine has been a regular visitor to the doctor's car on former stages, so I'm expecting them to ride all in for Narvaez, which is respecting the logic. He has been active throughout opening stages to score bonus points, while we have till date, and to my knowledge, not yet seen him make a big attack. Elalio for Bahrain. EF has been nowhere so far this race, so it's unlikely they'll turn that around on this stage. Finn Fisher-Black for Red Bull Bora, who came very close to Narvaez for P2 on stage 3, and I believe he has a Willunga Hill climb in his legs as well. And obviously our current leader Javier Romo for Team Movistar. Rojas or Pacher at Groupama FDJ and Higuita at Astana. Jaiko Alula has 2 cards to play here with Plapp and Harper. They've both been stretching their legs in former stages, yet never managed to get away. Pre-race, I wasn't sure what to expect from the Trek guys here, yet Conrad has looked super strong, and with the Philipsen is also showing himself. He'll need to help Conrad though, whom is still within striking distance on GC. Only at Team PostNL, while I'm not expecting miracles from Arkea, Team Australia and Cofidis based on what we've seen so far. The same goes for Alpecin, while I'll be watching Strong at Israel Premier Tech and Zimmerman at Intermarché. And finally, Tronchon seems to be the one with good legs at AG2R, while I'll keep an eye on La Pera as well. In terms of stars, Narvaez is my only 4-star favorite for the stage. Only Conrad and Fisher-Black each get 3 stars. Gloak, Plapp, Harper and Romo get 2 stars. And Higuita and Tronchon each get 1 star. For the decisive stage, of the Santos Tour Down Under, I'm having Narvaez for the win, ahead of Only and Conrad. Thanks for watching, enjoy the stage, and see you soon for my Giro route reaction and breakdown.